No, I don't take responsibility at all. 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 No, I don't. Bing bong. It's one person coming in from China.
China, coming in from China.
The virus starts in China.
The coronavirus outbreak in China.
China. Gee, there's a bug, there's a flu, there's a virus. They didn't know what it was in China.
Started in China. They made a statement that our soldiers brought it into China. No, it came from China.
Coronavirus
It comes from China.
came from China.
It starts with a problem that they have in China.
And they should have been in there early. They should have known what was going on. And they should have been able to stop it you talk about stopping the spread or stopping the embers. That could have been stopped there. It could have been stopped right where it came from, China. And then why did China allow planes to fly out, but not into China? But they allow planes to come out. And planes are coming out of Wuhan. This came out of nowhere. And actually came out of China. You would have thought it would have been like somebody would have said, hey, they could have stopped that at the source. They didn't have to let airplanes fly out and loads of people come out.
Came from China.
You know, the question was asked, would you be angry at China? Well, the answer might very well be a very resounding yes, but it depends. Was it a mistake that got out of control, or was it done deliberately?
I've heard some statements that are very positive. There's nothing positive about what happened in China having to do with this subject. Nothing positive at all.
Lives like nobody's seen since 1917. But if they were knowingly responsible, yeah, then there should be consequences. In either event, they should have let us go in. You know, we asked to go in very early, and they didn't want us in. I think they were embarrassed. I think they knew it was something bad, and I think they were embarrassed.
And they're coming out, they're going all over the world. They're going to Italy, very, very big time to Italy. But they're going all over the world, but they're not going into China. What was that all about? WHO, that's the World Health Organization. WHO, World Health. The WHO. The World Health Organization. WHO, World Health. They seem to work for China. They're literally a pipe organ for China. They called it wrong. They really called, I would say, every aspect of it wrong. And they were wrong. They've been wrong about a lot of things. They missed the call. They called it wrong. They call it wrong. When they call every shot wrong, that's no good. They could have called it months earlier. They would have known. And they should have known. And they probably did know. They must have known more than they knew because they came after what other people knew that weren't even involved. And they had a lot of information early, and they didn't want to all sorts of false information about transmission and mortality. We knew things that they didn't know, and either they didn't know or they didn't tell us, they misled us. The WHO failed in this basic duty. The WHO's attack on travel restrictions put political correctness above life-saving measures. They didn't want the borders closed. The inability of the WHO to obtain virus samples. The silence of the WHO on the disappearance of scientific researchers and doctors. Many countries said, we're going to listen to the WHO, and they WHO, World have Health. Problems the likes of which they cannot believe. Nobody can believe. The last administration, the Obama administration was a disaster. The Obama administration made a decision on testing that turned out to be very detrimental. And they did polling on how did they do. We had broken tests. We had tests that were obsolete. We had tests that didn't take care of people. We started off with empty cupboards, and their polls were so negative, so bad. They did a very poor job. The last administration left us nothing. Just like we had no ammunition, we had very little medical, too. We started off with bad, broken tests and obsolete tests. The previous administration, the shelves were empty. The shelves were empty. So what you should do is speak to the people from the previous administration, Jim, and ask them that question. Because the shelves were empty. And you know what else? The military shelves were also empty.
The first line of attack is supposed to be the hospitals and the local government.
We sent thousands of ventilators to New York, and they didn't know they got it.
People like Governor Inslee, he should be doing more. And your governor of Michigan, I mean, she's not stepping up. I don't know if she knows what's going
We do
on?
have a problem of hoarding. We have some healthcare workers, some hospitals, frankly, individual hospitals and hospital chains. We have them hoarding equipment, including ventilators. We have to release those ventilators.
The people in New York never distributed the generators. Question as to hoarding of ventilators. Hospital chains, as we call them, they are holding ventilators. They don't want to let them up.
Governor Cuomo and others that say we want, 30,000 of them. 30,000.
Where are the masks going? Are they going out the back door? Something's going on. Yeah, no, I don't take responsibility at all because we were given a set of circumstances and we were given rules, regulations, and specifications from a different time. Well, I just think it's a nasty question because what we've done is, and when you say me, I didn't do it. We have a group of people. I could ask perhaps by administration, but I could perhaps ask. I didn't do it, Tony, about that because I don't know anything about it. I mean, you say we did that. I don't know anything about it.
You don't know
We're
about
spending,
about
I
the
don't know.
reorganization that happened at the National
It's the
Security
administration.
Council.
Perhaps they do that. People let people go. I didn't do
The
it.
states should have been building their stockpile. We have almost 10,000 in our stockpile, and we've been building it, and we've been supplying it. But the states should be building. The germ has gotten so brilliant that the antibiotic can't keep up with it. People go to a hospital and they go for a heart operation. That's no problem, but they end up dying from problems. You know the problems I'm talking about. We're fighting, not only is it hidden, but it's very smart, okay? It's invisible. And it's hidden, but it's very smart. Nancy Pelosi was a month later saying it's going to pass. Everybody, even Tony Fauci was saying it's going to pass, not going to be a big deal.
I didn't do it.